oxidative stress, because the NRF1 and NRF2 product that we have, the Protandim, actually is dealing with oxidative stress. But some of us say, what the hell is oxidative stress? So if you follow my cursor, on the left-hand side, you see this apple. Well, half of it was exposed to the air and to oxygen. As you can see, it's rusty. And exactly what's happening, oxygen is oxidating or actually corroding this apple, and it will corrode any metal that is exposed to. And actually, for lack of better words, it's actually corroding our body, okay? Now, all around here, we see areas that are causing oxidative stress and free radicals. The quality of water, the electricity, the IMF, pollution, byproduct gas, chemicals, and on and on and on. But here you see a little person running. You say, wait a minute, what does running have to do with oxidative stress? Well, it's interesting that obviously we need oxygen to live on. Without that, we cannot be alive. But as we're producing energy by taking carbons and compounding it, or actually combining it with oxygen to create what we call ATP, we're actually creating free radicals. Free radicals are molecules that are not stable. These are molecules that are short of an electron. They don't like to be in that kind of a state, and what they're doing is they're going to steal an electron from a neighboring molecule in order to become whole. And now they're happy, but the other molecule now becomes starving of electron, and it's going to do the same to its neighboring molecule. That kind of exchange happens millions of times per second all over our body. This is the hallmark, this is the basis of creating oxidative damage. Okay, so if we go here to the right side of the slide and we see the free radical oxidative stress, and all around here we see the entire system, from the eyes to the heart to the brain, etc., and all the chronic diseases that are actually associated with free radical and oxidative stress. So the body is very smart, knowing that we actually cannot get rid of free radicals continuously unless we have some mechanism to protect us. And that's exactly what's happening with our product. So here we have the NRF2 Protandim. Okay, and what does it do? Okay, it combats cellular stress. Okay, it's able to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And you may say, wait a minute, how do you know that? Well, we have actually a lab test, which is a blood test called T-BARS, T-B-A-R-S, which actually checks to see the level of oxidation of fatty acids. Okay, so once we take a baseline and we see where it is, and that's what the video that ABC did, investigative report, we take another blood test 30 days after we start the Protandim, the NRF2, and lo and behold, we see that the oxidative stress went down 40%, which is unheard of. And not only that, but if we do it for another 60 days, all total of 90 days, now we have a reduction of 70% in oxidative stress. So obviously, by taking these products, we're actually slowing down the aging process. And again, one of the studies that are on the PubMed actually shows that animal labs increase their lifespan on the Protandim by 7%. So I don't know about you, but I would like that 7%. Okay, and I'm not aware of anything else that can duplicate these results. In fact, there is a pharmaceutical out there that claims to be an NRF2. There's just two little problems. Number one, it costs $50,000 a year, not a bad price for pharmaceutical. And number two, it actually did worse than our product had to have. Okay, so, and also has quite a few side effects. The National Institute of Aging, okay, showed actually that the lifespan is increasing. Okay, so actually the NRF2 helps to regulate our body's survival genes. Okay, now here is the various publication that we're in. I mean, what else do we need? I mean, anywhere from Ohio State to Harvard University. Okay, and there's of course the PubMed. And again, to let you understand that you cannot pay money to get into PubMed, okay? You pay money to get into PDR, the physician risk reference, okay? But you can't pay to get into this. So three reviewed experts in the field have to review the study and give their blessings before they can go in. And you say, why is this important? It's important because some of the people that you're going to encounter in your travels and your introducing this business will question the validity of this product. And you don't have to be an expert in it. You just go on your phone, open your app, and you can send them a link to a study and can say, you know what, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physicist, I'm not a PhD in biology, but which study would you like to read? Okay, it removes the need for you to become a doctor or any kind of healthcare professional. And you can do this business by exploiting or utilizing the information that's already published. Okay, this is my favorite slide. Actually, this is Bobby's slide. Thanks, Bobby. Over here, you can see obviously the food, and over here you see the mitochondria, schematic drawing mitochondria. So what we have is we have food that's being digested, we have carbon that is being combined with oxygen in the mitochondria, and we have what? We have a product called ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, which is, in simple words, a molecule that has energy and gives us energy to be alive. So, again, as we age, as we get pollution, as we get free radicals, damage is done to mitochondria. And if we're not fixing it or not protecting it, here are some of the issues that arise because of what? Because the mitochondria are not getting replaced, they're not getting rejuvenated, they're not getting to multiply. And one of the major issues we see as we age is what? Decreased amount of energy. In fact, in my holistic practice, it's probably the number one complaint people have. My energy is down. I'm aging too fast. Okay, and now we have a product that with other means can help us get the energy back. We definitely should share with others, in addition to, of course, taking it ourselves. So here we go now to the NRF1. The NRF1, okay, is increasing cellular energy, increasing ATP, as we just saw, okay? It improves the performance of the energy production, enhances the actual health of the mitochondria, okay? And again, you need to understand that every cell in the body has hundreds, if not thousands of mitochondria because we need a lot of energy. In fact, the heart muscle has about 22,000 mitochondria per each cells in the heart. Obviously, the heart cannot take any rest, and that's why you have so many mitochondria. But with aging, the number is decreasing. And here we have a product that improves all that. It improves sleep quality, it boosts the mitochondrial production, as we said, and their ability to produce energy, and therefore it slows down the aging process and supports mitochondrial integrity. Here we have another important part of our product line that is the probiotics. And this is important because I just want you to understand, I'll give you a kind of an example. We have about 95 trillion cells in the body, give or take a few, okay? We have 10 times more bacteria in the gut than cells in our body, okay? So if you look at the human body from the cell count point of view, okay, we're actually 90% bacteria and 10% human. Think about this for a second. So for us to think that anything that happens in the gut does not affect us in a major way, it's a big mistake. So taking the probiotic, in my opinion, is a must. If you take nothing else, in addition to the NRF1, NRF2, make sure you take the probiotic. And you say, why is that important? Well, take a look on the right side of the slide, which is the leaky gut. The leaky gut is really a condition where the permeability, okay, or the spaces between the cells, okay, has increased because of chronic inflammation because the food we eat is many times far from what we should eat, okay? And the fact that the bacteria in the gut is not the right kind. Okay, so probiotics are bacteria that are actually helping our health. They call what they call symbiotic with our life. We give them a place to live and they pay us rent. Okay, they give us vitamin B, vitamin K. They give us about 3,000 different enzymes. Okay, and actually protect us from the bad bacteria because this is the competition happens in our gut. So what we have here is we have a probiotic that actually is a controlled release probiotic because as you can see here, they have a lot of probiotics on the market, obviously. But when most of them actually deliver only 4% to the right place in the gut, our product actually delivers 60% because of this BioTrack, which is a controlled release mechanism. So taking that and the NRF1, NRF2 is actually increasing your health exponentially. And the omega-3, most of us heard about the omega-3. The problem with omega-3 is that it's not rich in our diet, okay? The American diet has 15 times more omega-6 than omega-3. And you say, well, why is it important? Well, omega-6, it happens to be inflammatory in nature, whereas omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Okay, so taking omega-3 in order to improve the ratio between omega-6 and omega-3 is very important. Okay, and it's important for cardiovascular health, for the brain. Omega-3 is important, very important for the nerve tissue. But also it's an important component of every cell membrane, and all the chemical reaction we have in our body happens on the cell membrane. Okay, we also have vitamin D in the product, which is important, okay? Because again, I can tell you one thing, if you don't take vitamin D, you are deficient in vitamin D. How do I know it? I've been doing it for about 40 years and I know enough about to tell you, if you don't take vitamin D, you are deficient. And omega-7 actually helps with weight management. And obviously after the first year, everybody has to lose a couple of pounds, right? And our claim to fame, in addition to the fact that it works, is the fact that we know where it's coming from, okay? Because it's important. Where it's coming from, the process, is it oxidated, is the product not oxidized or rancid? So these important parameters that you know that our company took care of it to make sure we have the best. And Bobby already talked about this, so I don't want to belabor the point. I guess I'll go back to Gabe and see if you have any questions for me.
Fantastic. What a great job. I can listen to you all day long talking about the science. You know, you said you had 80 products in your business and none of them were peer reviewed. And folks, what I want all of you to understand is the enormity of having these products validated, by the National Institutes of Health. Can you just kind of share just a couple of seconds on how big that is?
That's unexistent. In other words, there's no product out there which is holistic, and there are a lot of good products out there. Okay, there are quite a few different nutraceutical companies that make excellent products. Okay, it's not an issue, but none of them are going to take millions of dollars to do a study to prove that they work when they don't have a patent on it, when they don't have any exclusivity on it. It's kind of throwing money into the ocean. No, actually better, throwing money into the competitors by saying, here's the data, here's the proof that the product works. And your competitor is going to say, well, thank you very much. We're just going to do the same thing. And now we can use your data that you spend millions of dollars doing. And we're going to share in the profit, even though we did nothing to deserve this. So it's, at least in my opinion, I am not aware of any other nutritional product that has 27 studies that are in the PubMed, National Institute of Health. So it is big. It doesn't, as far as the nutritional industry goes, I don't think there's anything bigger than that.